guys. I was gonna hold off on telling y'all where we're going until I could be 100% sure we're gonna be able to get there, but we're so far into it now, I figured I'd let you know. We're trying to make our way to the North River campground in Tennessee. We tried to go in a couple ways off the Cherohala Skyway onto the Tellico River Road that follows the Tellico River and then splits off, goes up North River Road. It was all shut down, so we had to backtrack and keep going up the Cherohala Skyway. We pulled off at just about every overlook there is up here. The sun's going down, it's kind of golden hour. We're running out of daylight. I want to stop and get a video at every single one of these overlooks like this one. Figured I'd stop and show you this. This is awesome. But we actually just crossed over into the North Carolina line. We're in North Carolina right now, and I think we're gonna drop back down into Tennessee. But this sign right here says, "Notice to motorcycles, 5,000 foot elevation." So we're on up here. We're running into these icy patches like this, and I had to put it in 4 high in a couple spots. There's old buddy going on up the road. But yeah, we are on up here in elevation, but I had to stop and show you this view. I'm gonna turn it around and get some better shots of this, but this is absolutely incredible, folks. We are running out of daylight, but it is just too pretty up here to pass up these views for y'all. So we're gonna see if we can get to this Donley Cabin tomorrow and see if we can camp on the North River tonight. I'm trying my best, but everything's been closed. Every road into this place has been closed so far, but we're still looking. All right, check this view out, guys. All right, folks, we made it onto gravel. We're on a Forest Service road. Like I said, we were on the Cherohala Skyway. We crossed into North Carolina, went up and over a gap or a overlook. I'm not sure which one that it was. There's like 7 or 8 of them up and down the Cherohala Skyway. Anyway, we crossed into North Carolina. We took a left onto a Forest Service road. I'll put it down in the bottom of the video right here. Whenever I get back home and get on Google Maps and have service, and I can tell you what road exactly we turned on. But we took a left, and then we took another left. You go under the Cherohala Skyway, and as you're going under the Cherohala Skyway, you cross back into Tennessee. And that's where we are. The sun's going down ahead of us, and it is just absolutely breathtaking. There's no leaves on the trees, so you can just see forever. The views are incredible up here. Hopefully we can get to where we're trying to go. Like I said, we're trying to make it to the Donley Cabin and camp on the North River tonight. But we'll see. We've still got another about 10 miles, something like that, to go before we make it there. But I just figured I'd give you an update. We are on gravel, so that's a good thing. All right, folks, we got camp set up. We're right here on the banks of the North River in Tennessee in the Cherokee National Forest. It's about mid-20s right now. It's 27 when we pulled up about an hour and a half ago, so it's probably at least that, if not cooler. We're nice and warm. We bought some firewood down in Ayton, Georgia. Got a big old bundle for $7.99, which is pretty decent for nowadays, unfortunately, unless you just have a big stockpile at the house, and I don't yet. Um, got the fire going, got the tent set up, brought plenty of sleeping bags and blankets and everything, so we're going to stay plenty warm tonight. Got some hot dogs, as usual, some cheddar dogs, and hot dog buns, some ketchup, mustard. That's what we're doing for dinner. Just did get the fire going pretty good. We've had tons of rain here recently, as I'm sure you know. All these winter storms coming through. Just got done raining yesterday morning, so everything's wet. That's another reason why I brought some dry firewood. I didn't want to come out here and mess with wet wood all night, being this cold. But anyway, like I said, we're at on the banks of North River at North River Campground. There's multiple campsites. I think there's 5 of them, at least 5. I'm not sure which one we're at, maybe 3. But anyway, we're getting settled in, about to have dinner, and this is our setup. The fire's burning down. It's about 10 o'clock. And we're about to head to bed now. So we'll see you in the morning, and we're gonna make some breakfast and head to the Donley Cabin. It's gonna be pretty cool tomorrow morning. So we'll see you then. Good morning, folks. It was cold last night. The Jeep currently says 28 degrees and it is 10 o'clock currently, but we slept nice and warm last night in all our sleeping bags. Been up since about 7:30 this morning, drinking a Monster Java Mean Bean, getting a fire going, made some oatmeal on the fire. We've just been hanging out. Now I'm warming the Jeep up. We're warming up, and we're about to take off and go to the Donley Cabin. So we'll see you there. How about this area, folks? It's the North River. This Forest Service road here runs right along it, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful area. I see why Jack Donley wanted to live up here. I don't blame him. Wouldn't mind staying up here myself. Had to. All right, folks, we are here at the Donley Cabin. We've still got a little hike. The Forest Service Road, as you can see, is behind me. There's a little pull-off spot, and it's well marked. You saw the sign pulling in. There's usually a bridge that goes across the creek, but because of the recent winter storms and tons of rain that this area has gotten, I think they just pulled it across the creek. That way a log jam didn't build up on it and destroy it completely. So Noah and I, fortunately, have just acquired ourselves some brand new neoprene camo boots for about 33 bucks a pair at Sam's Club. And they're coming in immediately handy this weekend because we're having a walk across the North River here. They're holding up nicely. Since that bridge isn't there, we're having a walk across. But anyway, you go across the river and then, got to be careful while I'm talking here. Go across the river and then it's like a little, I think it's like an eighth of a mile, maybe a quarter of a mile, little hike, pretty hike up to the cabin where Jack Donley built this cabin. Oh golly. Rocks are slick. Be careful if you do it this way. We've run into all kinds of roadblocks on this trip, y'all. But by golly, we're gonna make it to this cabin so we can show you. Something that concerns me is if you look right across up behind me, all those black spots on the screen, those are burned up trees where there may have been either a control burn or a wildfire. And I would absolutely hate for there to be a wildfire up here that destroys this cabin, this historic cabin, and it never be documented. So I'm really happy for finally being able to come up here and show you all this. It's just a beautiful setting. I couldn't imagine living this far out in the middle of nowhere back when Jack Donley lived here and built this hand built this cabin himself. It's just gorgeous, incredible up in here. So I'll show you some shots of us hiking in here and some cool stuff along the way. And we're almost there, folks. If you come prepared with rubber boots, you can just walk across, but they've got these little planks that you can walk across this little tributary to the North River. See, there's old shingles that they had nailed down as grip. Pretty cool. And then right here, right past those two little planks, there's this log that they've milled a flat surface on. As you can see, once again, they've kind of cross-hatched it with the saw and also nailed shingles for extra grip on this one. And because this is such a long span across this creek here, they've got this guy wire right here that you can hold on to. It's tied off from one tree over here to the other tree over there.
Okay, now I trust it.
Go ahead, Noah.
I can trust it.
Yeah. So yeah, that works pretty well. It's quite the little adventure, even just walking up to the cabin. It's really cool. Look at that, just beautiful. And once you walk all the way up the hill, you're almost to the cabin, and you walk over one more little creek. There's no bridge over this one, but in the summertime, the water's definitely low enough, even right now, to walk across the big rocks here. And once you cross that last little creek with no bridge over it, you're almost here. It's right up around this bend here. Look how pretty this is. That moss, the ferns, everything. Hemlocks. It's all this rhododendron down here. Here it is. The Donley Cabin. All right, folks, we're sitting here on some rocking chairs on the front porch of the Donley Cabin here in southeast Tennessee in the Cherokee National Forest. And this is an extremely historic cabin, super old. It was built in 1861. So that makes it, what, 160-ish years old, a little over. And just an incredible piece of history. It was built by a man named Jack Donley in 1861 because he did not want to be conscripted by the Confederate Army. So he made his way up into the mountains of southeast Tennessee, about as far as he could go, I guess, where he figured surely he wouldn't be found and forced to fight for the Confederate Army. And he built this cabin, basically like a draft dodger. But it's just incredible that all these years have gone by and it's still here. Wildfires haven't gotten the place. There's zero graffiti. Nobody's defaced it or torn it down, done any kind of vandalism to it. It's just incredible. Just beautiful, peaceful, serene setting here just right above the North River, which we camped by right down the road last night. And I can't wait to show y'all around this place, show you inside this place. You can actually rent this place from the Forest Service for a small fee. I think something like $25, don't quote me. You can look it up online. I think it's like $25 a night. Don't have any cell phone reception up here, but I did screen record the U.S. Forest Service website that talks about the history of this place. And I've got it right here on this phone, and I'm going to read it to you. So this is the history of the Donley Cabin, according to USDA.gov Forest Service website. The year was 1861. Jack Donley was trying to evade serving in the Confederate Army, so he constructed a small cabin deep in the mountains of southeast Tennessee. Like many Southern mountaineers during the 19th century, he squatted on property that suited him, built a dwelling, and grew corn and other crops. Sometime after the war, Donley moved to Montana, where he met and married an Indian woman. He later moved back to the upper Tellico River area with his bride. Donley died in the 1940s, asking in his final days to be carried back across the river to his old homestead. He's buried in the Coppinger Cemetery in Tellico Plains, Tennessee. In 1916, 50,000 acres in the North Bald and Tellico River drainages were purchased by the Babcock Lumber Company and aggressively logged for several years. 7 years later, this entire acreage, including Donley's log cabin, was purchased by the Forest Service. During most of the 20th century, a family was permitted to use the cabin as a summer residence and apiary for producing honey. Donley's classic double-pen cabin uniquely combines English, Germanic, and Swiss chalet-type architectural influences. These are types of log construction found in the Southern Appalachians, but not often combined. The historic hand-hewn log cabin was rehabilitated by the Forest Service in 1993. And that's all it says. You can get online, you can research, find a lot more history. Not a lot more, a few more little details, fun tidbits on this place. You got to do quite a bit of digging. There's really not an awful lot of history on Donley and the cabin that I've found in my digging around on the internet. But the most important thing is we are here sitting on the front porch of this place, and I'm about to show you guys inside and around the property. Come on, let's check it out. All right, folks, this is inside the left side of the Donley Cabin. There's what the ceiling looks like. Looks like just 3 foot long, maybe 1x6-ish. 1x6, just kind of sheathing, basically, on the ceiling. These door handles are just so cool to me. That's for real antique. Really cool. See it? It's one of those, and it's just got a little latch here. It's hard to see, I know. But inside the Donley Cabin on the left side, you have some U.S. Forest Service bunk beds. You've got one on this side. There's a chair, and here's another U.S. Forest Service bunk bed here, and a window in between them. Now, there's no heat, there's no electricity. It's basically just like it was when Donley built it and left it. Now, I'm sure in the summertime you're going to have mice if you stay here, but it's just something to think about. But this is so cool. These pegs, you can hang your coat or camping supplies, what have you, on these pegs. There's 2 more over here. And what do we have here? Some kind of like little hooks and stuff to hang things on. Some spider webs. It's just an old rustic cabin, y'all. Super cool. All right, and then we're gonna go in. Here's the other side. There's a door into the right side of the cabin. I'm gonna open some of these doors, get some light in here. Let's see if I can. Yeah. No, open that door there. Got a fire extinguisher. And it's January 2024, and this was checked in 2020. So yeah, we're good. An old fireplace. I do not believe you can use that fireplace. Pretty sure you're not supposed to use it. Looks like it has been used, unless those soot stains on the rocks are from Donley, or that maybe that family who used it in the 1900s. Look at this old mantle, y'all. That is super cool. Old wood peg. Look at that. Here's how the corners are put together on this place. You can see daylight out there. There's a little table, little bench built out from the wall. Here's the back door. Same style latch. There you go. You can see that a little bit better now. Here's the back door. Look how wide this door jamb is. That's like 12, 13 inches, maybe 14 inches wide. It's not very tall. It looks like almost as tall as me, maybe about 6 foot. You go down these back steps, and once again, they've got asphalt shingles to keep you from slipping. And then there's a little stone path, like stepping stones, all the way down to the outhouse. So you're talking about off-grid, y'all. This is off-grid. Now, right here, you've got a table, and it looks like 3 chairs, the 4th being in the other room with the bunk beds, and then you've got like a little double bed frame here. So this place could potentially sleep, 5 or 6 people if you brought the right stuff. This is just super cool, y'all. There's a little hook hanging from the middle of the ceiling in this right side of the cabin. I guess you could hang a lantern or a light of some kind if you came up here and rented this place. But just the history, just how old this is, the architecture, and to think about how far out this area was when this cabin was built is just incredible to me. Absolutely incredible. It's so cool how old this is and that it's still standing. Now I'm walking out the front door back onto the front porch. And as you can see, you've got some pegs out here to hang things on. 3 pegs on the right above this little workbench. Let's see, we've got the Chattanooga Free Press, Chattanooga Times. Old thermostat here. Let's see if I can get it on camera. There it is. What do we have? About 35 degrees. But this is it, y'all. This is the Donley Cabin. Just incredible. Beautiful, old school, Southern Appalachian. Southern Appalachian as it gets, y'all. This is it. Look at these old just boards. I don't even know. I guess he somehow hand milled these. These things are, let's see, here's my foot. 1, 2, about 2.5, 3 feet wide. I'd say probably about 2.5 feet wide. You know, old school plywood, basically. Old school subflooring. I don't know if this is original. I hope it is. Because like that website said, they renovated it. I think it said in the 90s, early 90s, 93 maybe. Here's this door. Let's check out this door that separates the two sides. There's the door latch on it. You can see the old saw marks in the wood there. That's so cool, guys. So cool. All right, let's go. We'll walk around the outside one more time and go check out the outhouse. And that'll be a wrap on the Donley Cabin, guys. Dude, I think you could build a fire in there.
It looks sturdy enough.
I think you could, but I wouldn't. Because there's no way I'd run the risk of burning this place down. Someday, some idiot will do it. There, like that. All right, folks, here's the outhouse. Just a simple single pitched roof. Got screen up top all the way around. Little board and batten action. Always love some vertical board and batten. Here's the inside of the door. This is what it looks like. You got some nails to hang your coat on. Screen. And then it's just like a vault toilet. It's not clean. But it's something to sit on. But there's that. Got those wooden shake shingles. Super cool. Something I thought was super interesting are these wooden gutters they've got along this thing. Those are wooden gutters. It's just shaped like a V, and they've got it shooting way out here. It'd be cool to be up here and watch that water just fly off the end of that thing when it's raining. Look at this dovetail, hand-hewn dovetail ends here. Super cool. I don't know if Donley had glass windows back in the day all the way up here. Probably not. That's probably more of a modern addition. These handrails are just you got a hole drilled in the end of this dovetail end of this log here, and it's just stuck in there. So simple. The architecture is so simple. And it's lasted this long. There you go, the rocks kind of just piled up underneath the porch. All right, and you got a picnic table out front. Like y'all saw earlier, you got 4 rocking chairs, and you've got a fire pit back here that you can cook over a little campfire or have a campfire, sit out here and hang out. And then it looks like we've got some kind of berry vine, maybe muscadine or scuppling, or I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's some kind of berry vine that they've got on hog wire growing. It's like some fence posts and hog wire, and it's just grown up along this fence line they got here. This big old tree fell down and took part of it out. Oh. All right, let's see what we've got up here. Here's another fire pit. And this is the property, y'all. It's a nice big old ridge line back behind here, all the way around. Just down that way, down the hill, is the North River. And that's a pretty solid overview of the historic Donley Cabin here in southeast Tennessee, in the Cherokee National Forest. It's beautiful, folks. Y'all come up here and check it out. It's absolutely something to see in person. We're about to get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and shut up all these doors, exterior doors. And that's it, folks. All right. Heading back down the hill towards the river. All right, y'all, as we're heading back down the hill, heading out of here, I just want to explain to y'all how excited I am to have that on video. That's so cool. That's in one of the oldest cabins owned by the U.S. Forest Service right there. And the fact that you can rent it, you can stay at it for a nominal fee is incredible. I wanted to do that for y'all, but I couldn't figure out how to navigate their website and pay for it. Now, this time of year, I'm sure you could probably come up here, stay overnight at that place, and nobody'd say anything. Nobody'd even know. Nobody'd probably care. But there is, the right way to do it is to reserve it. Down there at the road, there's a sign that marks the Donley Cabin, and right below that sign, there's information on who to call, the phone number to call to reserve this place. So if you want to go back in the video, hit pause, write that phone number down. That's how you reserve this place. But just super cool, y'all. Such a cool place. I'm glad I got that before the place does burn down, because some idiot someday will come up here, try to start a fire in that fireplace. It'll get out of hand or catch the roof on fire and the whole place will go. Or a wildfire, some controlled burn that gets out of hand. The place won't be there forever. They've been shutting down all kinds of areas here recently, historic places and areas. It irritates me to no end. But this place isn't gone yet, and I'm super stoked, unbelievably stoked to have been able to document that on my channel for you guys. Come back up here. This is my second time here at this place, and it's just as cool every single time. So y'all get up here and check out the Donley Cabin in the Cherokee National Forest, Southeast Tennessee. You can get here from the Cherohala Skyway, which is east of Tellico Plains, and y'all come check it out before it's gone. Because watching a video of somebody looking at places like this and actually going to places like this are two different things. And it's so much cooler being here in person, just like anywhere, you know that. We're about to head on out of here, guys. I think this is a wrap for this video. I really appreciate y'all following us along on our freezing cold camping trip on the North River and exploration of the Donley Cabin. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new adventure. Once again, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see y'all on the next adventure.